Citizens of the Afro-Verse, welcome to Hide and Speak. As you know by now, we do a little Q&A at the end of someone's set so that way we can further connect with the artist. The reason why I'm speaking like this is so I cannot scream in the mic. Because I feel like going, but that's just how I feel. It doesn't have to dictate how you feel, but that's just how I feel. So, Craig, can you please give us all of your titles, your names, your known affiliations, just give it to us.
Okay, so real name is Craig Kirkland. Okay, author of the book Don't Cry. It's available on Amazon. I have copies with me if you want. Those poems are from my book. Amaziyah the Great is, the performance name. Poet, filmmaker, promoter. That's it.
Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, there's a cornfield of questions I can ask you, and not enough popcorn to fill the evening. When did you first start writing poetry?
Okay, so poetry was first at high school. I wasn't that type of person to be always in class, to be honest. I was mostly by the staircase writing nursery rhymes, and the females love it, and I was just always there performing for them.
That's not real. For the bitches.
Your themes, your fucking execution. What goes into your mind when you're making a new poem, and what is that point that you feel like, yeah, I can perform this? What's your threshold?
So yeah, as I said, confident. The next thing about all of that is most of these stuff that I write are somewhat personal. You get me? When I did Holiday Inn, it was a 2016 experience. I was in Connecticut, and this female friend of mine flew over from Canada just to know me, and it became poetry. When I did the one called Fourth Round, it was me actually thinking, yes, I'm gonna deal with her case nicely. And after the first round, she wanted the second round, I thought that was it, the knockout round. And then, after she slept and woke, she said she want more. And then shower, and then round 4. So some of these poems are really like, what.
Oh my God, this Q&A does not disappoint. This Q&A does not disappoint at all. Oh my sweet Jesus. Can you discuss with us the role of language and imagery in your poetry? How do you go about choosing the right words and crafting the very vivid descriptions that we all hang on?
Okay, so I choose my choice of words as it relates to the audience I'm around. I was just at Hope High School, and I couldn't be doing most of these poems that I do, so I pay attention closely to my audience, and then I decide to do what I want to do, then fit for, if it's a kids things, I'll be doing mostly stuff that our children can listen to. It's a mature audience, I feel comfortable to relate, just open up and just spit it raw.
Wonderful. Now, obviously, I feel like the way you spit poetry, and I feel like the way that you get down, it comes off so natural to us. It comes off in a way like we're having a conversation with you. You're telling us about your story. You're telling us about your experiences. You're relaying real time what your mind is thinking, and we can all pick up on it because we're all with you in every single poem, in every single word. So those moments when you have trouble maybe writing, You hit a writer's block. You hit a slow point. You hit a moment where I'm not sure what I can put down on here. I'm not sure what the message I'm trying to say. How do you find inspiration in those times, if any? If any. I'm not trying to say your well runs dry, because I can't tell. But if there are any points in time where you feel like you're lacking maybe a little bit of spark, or you're lacking that inspiration to really go off on a poem, how do you find your way through that in order to deliver the awesome fucking poems that we're seeing tonight? When you are blocked, when you are still, when you are unsure, when you're not confident, when you're, I don't want to say you doubt yourself because I couldn't believe it, but if you do doubt yourself, what do you do as a poet, as a man, to overcome that and still come out on the other side to still deliver such excellent time poetry that resonates with everybody in this room? How do you get past that?
So I just leave it. I'm actually on my second book, and I'm about my 20-something poems, and that was about 3 months ago, which I was trying to give myself to create a book within a month. I was, putting myself on a challenge, and it never worked, because like I said, 3 months ago. So while I'm on the block, I just leave it, because it comes natural. You get me? I could be inspired by anything. I could be inspired by the news. I could be inspired by this experience here tonight. When I did the poem called You'll Be Okay, that was actually a female I was reaching out to. She was going through some down and depressed moment, and just as she mentioned the stuff that she was going through, I just wrote thinking, how can I uplift her mind? And when I used to perform it, I used to say for ladies who are going through a down time. And then I did that performance in North Carolina, and a female said to me, do this poem for females in general. So I tried to write stuff not just for me or for an individual, so to speak, but on a widest scale that many people can relate and react to it.
Well heard. Well heard. So I think one of the things that really just come across without even asking any questions, even if you don't really understand what poetry is or what it means to be a poet or what it means to do an open mic or how much courage that takes or discipline it takes to memorize your poems and perform them with gusto, with energy, with connection, with meaning. When you're performing, what's the number one thing that you see in the crowd that gets you excited as a poet? What do you see out there that makes you feel like I'm in my bag, I'm in my Duffy, I'm getting this right now? What's the moment that makes you feel like your intention of connecting with the audience has succeeded? And then how does that make you feel to know that you've reached that moment?
So after you do that first poem, the first performance, you actually see their engagement, their reaction, their faces, the expressions, and the applause. So once you see you reach that level, it just gives you the drive to continue, pursue.
Wonderful. Everybody, please give it up for Amaziyah. I don't have to tell you what you saw here tonight. I don't gotta tell you what you saw here tonight. You know. Thank you, brother.
One from the crowd?
Oh,
Yeah.
Does anybody from the crowd have a question? Not Kiki, because you already did it. Who else from the crowd has a question that they want to ask this great poet? What about his set brought up a question within you that makes you want to know more about him? Anybody? Kindergarten? Scream your answer. Who's got a question out there? Yeah, that's what I thought. Does anybody? I didn't. What I mean, like, do you want to say into the mic or not?
I said, it's Leo season. How you gonna shoot Kiki down like that?
Can you explain as a man when and why and how what it's like to shoot down a woman?
Why you extra? Why you extra?
I wouldn't know.
No, I got a different question. Let me ask the question from the audience. Yes. All right.
What does it mean to you to uplift a woman when you write a poem for women and you're telling them about survivor of abuse and all that? What does that mean to you as a man for women to feel safe and protected and move in this world knowing that that's a battle men do, but women get that, in the crosshairs of that? What does that mean for you?
Well, for me, as it relates to where females are concerned, because I do chat with many, and abuse comes in a wide form that most females are going through.
Say that again.
Abuse comes in a wide form that females are going through. And, she can be secretive about it. She can be encountering, that long duration of abuse and not wanting to leave off that relationship because she believes in love and believe it can work. Eventually,
But what does it mean for you to write a poem about the women going through? That's my question.
It means a lot to me as it relates to, because females are going through broken situations. So for me to try to empower or uplift a female is just to strengthen them to know that me as a man, I can support the positive vibration in helping you to get stronger. Because sometimes we do certain things, it can, with what we say and do, can affect a female. So we have to be careful with the choice of words. You get me? And that's just basically it. I feel strengthened as I tell female to stay strong. So I'm looking forward to see females or a woman go stronger in life and survive.
Everybody, please give it up for Amaziyah, the group.